late on my quarterly report, but I'm here.
It's millions of dollars and we've wasted and lost in the
Lots
last
of
2
extra
days.
stuff.
Yes, yes, you did. So, as of September 30th, the balance in the banks was $8,421,399.61. Getting ready to start the tax season, and I'm scared to death, but we're gonna bust through it.
We can't do anything till
I-
Pawnee County comes through.
Okay.
Really? Still?
Yeah.
Still waiting on
What,
it.
what? Does the,
They're gonna
search
put them on a
for-
robocall.
Oh, yes, yes, I did hire Chrissy Green. She starts November 6th.
Every day at 9.
Chrissy's working?
She's been working on this. Danny, her last day was the 14th.
So Chris is leaving one girl.
Sorry. Sorry. Please let me.
That's all right. Let's make a copy.
Have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes of October 16th.
Second.
Motion is second to accept the minutes from the October 16th meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
I have the grant letter request from Sunflower for their transportation services. This is something we do every year, so they can get their KDOT grant. I've already done it for years.
Is that gonna?
So this is basically just letters. We need to vote
For their
on-
grant.
We need to vote on signing.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we support, or that we approve the support letter of Diversified Services. So they can apply for a KDOT meeting.
Second?
The motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. I make the motion, I'll approve that.
So Carl's gonna retire.
Really?
I got the hospital, September financials on, in the internet today, so I'll copy them for you.
That's new, that we didn't, they didn't give us that.
These are September's. I don't have anything else. That will be on, if you look at
Probably that Thursday night after.
Because she's like,
Do they understand that if we have a little warm spell, once we put the heat in?
They want it put back there. They don't care.
I'd wait till Thursday.
Well, they have to come out and do it, so it'll be. I
They
don't
do
know.
have sweaters, don't they?
They have heaters.
Like I said, I prefer to wait till after election. We'll see if I can hold them off that long.
Well,
And out at Prairie Chapel Cemetery, the one down, the mowers were in there and they get one of the headstones, so Clay's going to work on replacing that. It's in here.
That's,
It's in the box. I walked by and was
It's
like,
an
why is there
infant.
a, that's still.
It's an infant.
Rob and Tom were out there, I don't know what they were doing out there when they found it.
Now,
You
it
can
called
see
for-
where- You took pictures, right? You can see where the mower swung around and hit it, so.
like the big mowers? They're that close to the ditch?
No,
No,
they,
they mowed it
they've
inside
gone
there.
into the cemetery to mow.
Inside.
With the big tractors?
Yes, I don't know. I don't know.
It's a fairly large cemetery with only about 30 stones in it.
Yeah.
Down there in
They
Canada.
clipped one.
There's a lot of
Are
area.
they close together, the stones, or are they kind of spread out here, there?
They're kind of clustered in the
They're kind of
center.
clustered in certain little
This one was
areas,
on
and
the
then
edge
then
though,
spread
wasn't
out.
it? Was this on the edge?
I was on the edge of one cluster, yeah, I guess you could call it that.
I don't know. But we'll get it fixed.
But nobody reported it to us. You
No.
guys
Well,
just-
no,
They were out
took
there-
we took a report of a damaged tombstone, a vandalized tombstone. Well, it wasn't even this tombstone. It was another one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it wasn't even vandalized. A gopher had
Gopher damage.
went underneath it and it tipped the stone a little bit over this way. The stone's perfectly intact, it's just leaning.
But it's just.
But I found this one while we were looking for it.
Everything else is pretty quiet. Philip's gonna be here after his dentist appointment, so he'll probably be around 9.
Is he going to the jail? Might be, yeah.
That's what I said. I said, I'll be in here till 9:30. He doesn't have anything pressing, so.
Do some recess then.
We'll recess. We have a motion and a second, to go into executive session for 5 minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
I
So are we good? All right.
thought the LEO was at St. Jude's, one of those, children with cancer. I mean, that's just gut wrenching. Gut wrenching to see little children with cancer. Cancer's bad enough to start with. Kids-
My hat's off to anybody that can work in one of those places.
Oh.
It would just kill me.
Oh, it would. It would just be gut wrenching. I mean, I think it would be very rewarding for the people that survived, but it's a small percentage.
Jerry Moran's coming to the annex Friday,
This Friday, right?
3:15.
3:15. How long will he be there?
An
An
hour.
hour? So,
I asked that girl if she was sure he wanted to come.
I'm sure he'll give some kind of update as far as what his conversation with the
I
attorney.
don't know what he typically does over there. I think it's just a accountability thing.
There'll be about 5 or 6 people.
I'll bet there'll be more than that.
That, over the water deal, there'll be more, but that's, he's politically very astute. He knows now is the time to come. I'm sure he arranged to be in St. John right after that meeting.
Well, I just hope he sticks by it because
Well, he'll be there.
the play to
He'll be there.
placate the water meter though by saying Fish and Game's not gonna ask for the water.
He knows.
I would
He's the
hope,
best politician you ever meet.
I would hope that the secretary, or whoever the higher up in the interior realizes that, I mean, if a news organization picked that up and ran with it, you know, refuge devastating rural community, I mean, it looked bad on national
I
parks.
think we should try to condemn it and take that back.
Either that or put up
Can
toll
we do
booths and,
Sure, I'll try.
I'm serious.
can we?
They don't bring anything to the table for us. Can we condemn that land and get it back on the tax roll? I'm glad you were, but anyway, and get them out of here.
I was at that conference Monday, Tuesday, how did that meeting go?
They said that the only way that they put the impairment into effect is if the river calls for the water. Which I don't quite understand that because they've had plenty of water the last 2 years. But if they make the call for the water, then all these cuts go into place. Well, Jerry Moran talked to the Secretary of Interior, a high-ranking official in Washington, And they told Quivira, they said that Quivira would not call for water this year. And that they've told Quivira to negotiate with GMD5 to get this one done.
There's a new secretary of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife too, coming on. That's who Moran was meeting with. Actually, Estes and Marshall were there too. You notice they got their name
Yeah.
Yeah, how is, I mean, I think Terry Salee grew up over there.
Yeah.
And part of his family farm was there when it was all deemed
Well, the
Quivira.
guinea pagans,
Oh, we had land in there.
yeah.
They're pasture. Mom played over there in the 30s in the dry ground.
Well,
She said that rattlesnake was not running in the 1930s, in the dirty 30s.
Well, Rick Russell's grandpa, I guess, made like daily ledger entries. And there's deals back to like in 1890s where they were saying rattlesnake hasn't ran for 3 years.
Mom said they went down and played in the bottom of the rattlesnake because they had pasture there in the 30s and they quit running. There was no irrigation in 1930.
But
Nor trees.
Rick Russell's grandpa, great grandpa, was what they did like the last truck, cattle drive through Stafford County.
Oh, yeah?
Gathered cattle and then like drove them up that and get them on the rail or something like that.
Well, it is an intermittent stream. It depends on whether it rains.
Well, according to Gary Magers, who's a historian for Quivira, self-appointed, he said that in the late 50s, when the feds acquired that ground, after that, they hired a construction company to come in and they were using what he called drag lines with a slip. And he said these guys were artists in operating machinery. He said they would come in and bring in get a scoop full of dirt. It wasn't like an excavator or anything, it was cables. And he said they would rotate the crane and throw that dirt out into the fields. So there was no piles or anything like that. And they went in and put in the concrete colors. And so it's a man-made structure, I mean, with the exception of some of the low, the sinkholes. And so I said, well, where's the records? He said, it's Quivira's office. Name of the contractors, the whole, what the cost was, the whole deal.
So if we tried to get that ground back, then would Stafford County,
With what?
if you tried to get Quivira back, would Stafford County own it or
We
what?
can go
would
back
it-
to Putnam Township.
Putnam Township.
Really, I think our fight is really more with Quivira and not so much Barfield. He's just kind of going along with, he don't really want to be involved one way or the other. He just, yeah, he
We're
just,
west of 35, you really do.
yeah, he's just gonna go let it alone.
But I think Mike would agree with me on this. I mean, 10 different people could look at a law and come up with 10 different ways to read it.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think.
You're being conservative with 10.
And I think with Barfield, I think, when he looks at the impairment and the farmers, that it ought to be a neutral position. And I think Barfield's more like at 80% in favor of Quivira and 20% in favor of the farmers. I don't think there's anything, Barfield, Quivira says, we need this water. And Barfield said, yes, there is an impairment. GMD5 comes up with a reason. There's nothing in that law that states that the way GMD5 wants to come up with water, to provide Quivira with water, there's nothing in there that says Quivira has to say, oh yeah, we love that idea. Barfield should have, Quivira makes the complaint of impairment, Barfield tells GMD5 that they've got to do it. GMD5 comes up with a solution, Barfield says it will provide that water. But Barfield asks Quivira, well, will this satisfy you? No, we don't want that. I don't think there's anything written in the law that says that the water that GMD5, has to supply has to be a certain salinity. I'm pretty sure that's not Brooke Door. So you can't tell me that Barfield's looking at this neutrally.
Another thing that I talked to him afterwards, I said, do you realize there's 2 water rights west of Quivira that has no limit as to quantity? He looked at me like, you gotta be kidding. I said, there's 2 natural flow Donnie County has one, Alpers have one. I mean, it'd be hard to do, but Donnie could block off all the water going to Quivira. And I said, if you're, to me, Barfield looks at it first in time, first in time, you know, that's all he wants to look at. Donnie County could shut them all off.
And it doesn't matter what kind of.
No. He looked at me and he said, oh, they got a quantity. I said, no, they don't. Back in those days, there was no quantity. It just says you have the right to stop the water. But there is, Donnie said, you can look at my water right. He says, there's never ever any quantity ever in that connection.
I wonder what Donnie's water right number is.
It's like number 3 or and Quivira is 6. Alpers is like 5. It's before that. And they're both west of Quivira.
What does Alpers have to do? Do they have a pump on there too?
Yeah, we got 2 pumps. Donnie said I could fill all my ponds. Alpers turned theirs on. He said my ponds is full. He says, and then I gotta refill them again. He says, now then we also pump some water. Those are other Alpers.
Trying to remember where those are at, but yeah, they're
Yeah.
big pumps.
Donnie don't wanna get involved, but Donnie knows a lot about it. Cause he don't wanna get anybody too upset with him, but I said, Donnie, you just need a few more boards, just spread that water all over creation and see what Barfield thinks about that. I said, we maybe think that first in time, first and right wasn't such a good idea.
Close the law.
No, and that's all Barfield wants to
That's all
look
we
at.
can hear, yeah.
That's all he wants to look at. That way, that gives him an out. There's an impairment, I gotta fix it.
I've done my duty statutorily, and that's it.
Yep, that's all he's really doing.
I told Donnie he ought to dam that thing up at 12 months out of the year.
Yep.
I said, that'd wake somebody up. Oh, I don't wanna cause any problems. I said, you need to cause some problems. I said, you might as well have duck ponds in
Donnie
the
ever
middle of summer.
decided, Donnie ever decided to sell that property? Imagine what kind of price that would bring with that water right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on the other half of
And
his
guess who
family
would
gave
be
it
the
up.
first? Guess
Really?
who? Guess who
Didn't
would
understand
be
what they got?
Lee Allen.
Really?
Lee and Donnie's grandpa's the same way. They gave up their half of the Allens. Yeah, Donnie's got a pretty good deal right there.
And guess who would have the deepest pockets? National Conservancy.
Yeah.
Audubon.
Somebody would give Donnie enough money, he probably could.
Now, didn't they several years ago build a concrete piping system out like Cheyenne Bottoms
It just got
From-
finished just a year ago.
from the creek over to
Walnut Creek,
is it Walnut Creek?
Walnut.
From the Arkansas to the Walnut
Yeah.
Creek, which runs in, it used to be an open ditch and the open ditch didn't work very well, so they put concrete pipe, like 5-foot concrete pipe.
In diameter?
Like, I guess you took off with it for some reason. Chasing
How many miles? Are we talking miles?
Spots there.
Oh, yeah, he didn't go far.
When you go up the Radium Road, if you turn and go up to Dundee, there's a little dirt road that goes back up there where everybody gets in on the river to ride, West Drive. There's the diversion dam, which it's in horrendous shape, but
Yeah.
that's where it's at, then that's the mouth of the deal, and it goes straight north. Which I don't know how they can divert off our Kansas, but.
I don't know, I was around for all that, and honest with you, at that time, it was kind of a similar thing what's going on there, you just kind of just teach yourself from it.
So it's a feeder creek that dumps into the arc?
The feeder creek that actually dumps into the bottoms of the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're
And they're
taking,
taking water
they're
out.
taking water out of Arkansas over to the Walnut runs into the bottoms.
Because the Arkansas doesn't push it back sharp enough.
No, it does not.
No.
All right.
you want to adjourn officially?
We'll go back into session
We're out of here.
and
We got
we're
40
done.
cut.
We're adjourned.